Well, your favorite brewery may have to stop selling growlers because, well, they simply produce too much beer. That's the topic of our digital dive. Minnesota law says once a brewery produces 20,000 barrels of beer a year, they can't sell off-sale beer anymore. So, starting on October 1st, both Castle Danger and North Shore Brewery is going to join that group. Castle Danger says growlers make up 30% of their taproom sales, and the owner of North Shore says they're going to have to make some staffing changes. Others, like Bent Paddle, Liftbridge, and Indeed, are getting close to that cap as well. Now, the Minnesota Licensed Beverage Association says that the cap is in place to keep breweries from competing with liquor stores and distributors. A bill was introduced in the last legislative session that would have upped the production cap, but unfortunately for beer lovers, it didn't pass. And even if this law were removed, there's another growler-specific law that says you can't sell more than about 750 barrels of growlers a year. The majority of our Sunrisers not happy about it. Our Sunrisers love their beer. Luke says the state should be happy people want to drink at home and not be driving drunk. John says there's no reason the government should be involved. Are we going to limit the amount of Happy Meals or egg rolls versus other meals too? He's got a point there. And then Kara says this is so disappointing. We love going to the North Shore and getting growlers along the way. And I agree with Kara because you don't get to drink that beer often unless it's sold in cans here. Like I love Castle Danger if you haven't been yet. It's up near the Duluth Two Harbors area. And I always bring home a growler of their cream ale, and I'm kind of be sad about that.
Right, and so I think some groups will continue to push for this bill to pass because, like you said, they like their beer here.
Love our beer.
And nice